What's up, what's good? This is Clifton Ubri, and today we have the Galaxy Z Flip. This phone, I kind of look at it as being a gimmick, but it's a really nice phone. It gives that wow factor, but what we want to do is look to see if it's really a good smartphone. Is it good with camera quality as far as taking pictures and video? What I also want to look at is giving y'all some information on Wi-Fi signal, 4G, and just to let you know if it actually functions well every day as a normal everyday smartphone. Is it just pretty and has no substance, or is it actually something worthwhile getting? Let's see what it looks like. Join me. Let's go. First, as you can see, the screen is definitely a grease and fingerprint magnet, and the crease is noticeable, something I didn't care for much. Now, if you are in sunlight and you have sunshades on, you will notice this colorization of the screen. I had to polarize on my camera, and it shows off the fact that it does that. These are a few specs for the Z Flip. It has the Snapdragon 855 Plus processor with the Adreno 640 GPU, a 6.7-inch Full HD AMOLED Infinity Flex display with HDR+. It has 425 ppi and a 3300 milliamp battery. Also, it has a front-facing camera that has HDR 4K at 30 frames per second at 10 megapixels. It's 4G capable, 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It has a fingerprint sensor also. On the rear, we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide at f2.2 and a 12 megapixel main wide angle camera at f1.8. It also has a 1.1 inch cover display and rear flash. There's USB-C charging, a bottom firing speaker, and a mic at the bottom. And at the very top, we also have another mic. On one of the sides, we have the power button with the embedded fingerprint sensor and power buttons. On the other side, nothing. Almost forgot, no Bixby button. Just giving y'all a little bit of coverage of the cameras while it's raining with the Z Flip and how well it handles everything. We're in auto mode using the internal mic of the Z Flip. This, you can actually get a good idea of how things will look. As you can see, it is actually getting pretty strong as far as the wind, and I'm doing a little bit of walking around so you can get a chance to see some of the stabilization and how well it can handle that. What do you think? Okay, currently I'm using the selfie cam for the Z Flip, and this is the footage you can get. See what y'all think about it. Currently still raining, and these are the internal cameras from the Z Flip. Let's see if you can notice any changes in dynamic range, or how well does it handle change in exposure. Currently testing the live focus to see how well it does picking up a face and just how good it actually looks. What do y'all think? Like most Samsung phones, we are supposed to have good stabilization, so this part of the video I want to check out how well it does if I'm running and how well the camera can stop the shake from running with its stabilization. And go. A nice feature that the Samsung phones have that I realized the older LGs can't do, like the V40, video and then wide angle. This is actually pretty good to be able to have that change and then be able to go back and zoom in if you would like. Now this is something that can be very useful. You don't have to stop the video to do any of it. And then you can do steps set up on the side to 1x, 2x, 4x, 8x. And as I go all the way back out, I can go to wide, back to regular again. Right now, we want to see how autofocus does. Again, everything is set as it was from the factory, auto mode, auto HDR and all. So let's see how this performs. And you can see in a few instances it is having trouble picking up and it's taking a little bit longer. So that's something to look at. There we go. All right. So that is a little bit of the autofocus testing. And we go back here just to check it out and see what the minimum focusing distance is. And it's pretty close. So that is something nice if you want to do macro shots. Again, almost focusing. There we go. I think it is actually a pretty decent phone, but it has its issues. It's a flagship. You can do gaming pretty well. Pictures are pretty decent, but as you can see with the current video, it's pretty hazy looking. Colors are washed out, and it's really not that appealing. The front camera is good. I actually can say that from past experience, phones like the Note 9, I actually feel do better with video and pictures. And really everything on here seems to be a lot of gimmicks. Um, Seems like I have like beauty mode on all the time. Rear cameras, wide angle, I would say are really good. The white balance and all between both are spot on. So that's one thing I definitely can't complain about. But things like the screen having the bend in it, you can feel that crease, and long-term use it just seems like it would probably be an issue. To me, it's just kind of an aggravating thing. I don't know if I'm just OCD, but every time you swipe, you feel it. And I would think it's a bigger issue if you have bigger hands. If you have smaller hands, you probably may not swipe that high, but it also depends on how you hold the phone. Otherwise, the phone seems to be snappy. There's been the random issue with scrolling through websites where you actually find that there might be a hiccup where it seems like it's probably a bug. The Wi-Fi and 4G signals on Sprint are horrendous. 4G disconnects, Wi-Fi disconnects, and if you really just want a phone for some camera work, just taking pictures, family, something, but you want to be able to make phone calls and do whatever online while you're on the road, this doesn't really seem like the phone for you, because it seems to be a little too inconsistent. And the fact that it's not waterproof, doesn't have any kind of IP rating or dust rating, makes it to be a pretty big issue. Overall, if you just want that style factor, a phone that you could show people and say, hey, look, it flips and all, or if you want something that's small in the pocket, I think this is the phone. But 3300 milliamp battery and a price tag that's over $1,000, I think it's priced a little too high. If you can get it used and it's in excellent condition, then you can probably get it for $600, $700, $800. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But take away from the video, if you look at it, look at what the camera does, video is, even just looking at me currently talking and how clear it is, or what you think it might be clear, it might be worth it. To me, I'd go with a different phone. S10, Note 9, Note 10, even LG phones, they do well too. But if you're a Samsung person, I would say go with the other phones. This is Clifton Ubry. Y'all take care. Have a good one. It's starting to rain. And subscribe. Y'all take care and be safe out there. Later.